I like OG's chances. I think they have a slight edge in this round.
Why is Slardr's facet named Leg Day when the guy has no legs? Literally. It's not me making fun of him. Like, oh, you look at your calves, look at your legs, you skip it all the time. No, he literally does not have them.
And the runes are close from spawning.
I don't know if BZM is a kill. Rebound misses. So pretty much they are just rotating for the runes. But from what it seems, Entity are controlling the top runes and OG are going to be controlling the bottom ones. DM is going to be in a lot of trouble with the open wounds not moving an inch. And that's going to be the first blood going to Timado, popping the rage and even smacking Karomi a couple of times. Now no one is going to be taking a couple of hits from Ari as well. Bash there in the end. And Fishman, he is saving the rune for no one will be able to do it.
All right. Still pretty good for Timado. He was struggling in that lane. 11 denies on the center, 11 denies. I mean, look at the Entity. They're just a deny team. Everyone with double-digit denies in this laning stage as they find BZM.
Oh, let's see if they can kill him. No dissimulate. Here comes a beautiful charge through them with the Phoenix coming over. You cannot get this kill. No one is also going to be in trouble. He turns around. No mana for the ulti, which means that he's going to die without doing anything. Maybe he can buy back and change the outcome of this fight as Seb is dropping low from all of the poisons. Fishman will be pulled in onto BZM.
No bash.
And let's see if they can finish him off. There's the bash. You ask for it, Bowie, and Ari asked for it as well, delivering it in the end with the charge. He'll get the kill, secure the bounty rune for BZM and OG. They're the ones who come out heavily ahead in that engagement.
Damn, OG just bouncing back so hard after a pretty tough laning stage. Really good rotations in the mid lane. BZM just, I think his item build's perfect, having that bracer for the burst damage of the Zeus. I think he also had a Fairy Fire, and they turn around. Good ulti though. Oh yeah, and it's definitely going to increase here. Wisdom rune wise, every side got its own wisdom rune, so the experience on the supports is pretty even. Ari though, level 5 and charging towards DM.
Yeah, there's gonna be open wounds as well. You have the rage and sleep popping. He does bait the Hoofstomp with the Void Spirit coming in. There was no chance for him to survive, and the very nice time to kill him just before he hits level 6. No stampede, meaning that you're not running away. As the Arcane Rune, it's one of those situations where you naturally wouldn't want to fight the Zeus, but in this kind of a situation, he's just a perfect target.
Okay, no one behind.
Nice Ether Remnant. He catches a mid-heavenly jump. Those kind of situations are very annoying for Zeus players, for something like a Mirana player as well, where you think you're gonna be getting away and you just get pulled in mid-jump. Just die.
Yeah, that's a tough one, and they're gonna find Fishman as well.
He's gone. It's so easy to play a Phoenix versus a Venomancer. Even though there is a Centaur in the way, at least in the early stages of the game, you can just do whatever the hell you want.
I'm not sure your posture. I feel like you can still be killed by this charge into Blink Dagger's Logger, which, by the way, it is up, so Whisper, gotta be careful here. But I think you can join fights close to towers now, and that's what happened, right? It was a fight on OG's tower. They still have a tier 1 mid, so it's not that costly for him to join. And OG, they find the Zeus again.
Yeah, he tries to go for the heavily jump and not allowed. This new Spirit Breaker with the pushback is so annoying. Ether Remnant off the mark. A little bit of uncharacteristic there by BZM. He's still not going to give up. By Fishman, where's the crush? It is going to be there. They finish him off. Entity lose 2 of the heroes. OG find their opening. And now this tower is going to be taking a solid amount of damage as well.
No mount on the Morphling, in fact. Still pretty far away from it, but it looks like Watson should be okay. And OG did not find anyone.
Yep. Nice twin gate usage from Entity. I don't know if that was on purpose, if they knew that death was coming their way, but they do manage to escape it.
Yeah, Blink Dagger though, ready here on DM. I think it's flying out right now.
Actually targeted. The immediate use is not just like there will be a stampede. Stop as well. They caught him. Timado. He doesn't respond, and there it is, Bowie. If he had the unfettered.
Oh, it is a smoke here from Entity. No one. I like that he's the one that smoked. Like, if he dies at the beginning of the fight, pretty much... Oh, Ari. They find him.
It's gone. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide.
They lost Seb on the other side as well. Solo killed by a Marcy.
Let's see, maybe Whisper can get some revenge here for his fallen comrade. No, he just put himself in a very uncomfortable position. Kataomi doesn't have anybody to jump from, and with the Stampede, he doesn't even need it. He's just going to be pulling him into the hands of DM, who gets a double kill. Now, Tomato trading on the fray, going for DM. That is a hard hero to bring down. BZM will get Kataomi on the side as DM still surviving. Tomato is not stopping. There it is, Morphling using the raid as well. Wants to go forward, he's gone. And ulti from the Zeus, gonna be revealing where the rest of OG are. They're not gonna be saving their buddy. Watson is charged. No one in their right minds is gonna finish that one.
They probably should force a smoke. In terms of vision, though, they don't really have a lot of vision on the left side of Entity's map, so that could prove to be a problem. The only thing they have is the Sprint Breaker, which right now is charging. I wonder how long this will remain, as they will smoke on Entity. They're actually super
fearless. Is gone. He doesn't get the BKB off. Look at how much burst this Morphling will do. He pops the BKB. No! That's a 9-second down the drain, just thrown away for no reason. It was 100% certain he was going to die.
Kite him in the fights even better than invest in OG. They're going for a smoke, but with no Aegis and at nighttime with no vision, this is very low chance. And as you said, this can.
Not even the nighttime vision. Talent on Ari, who gets the BKB off. Whisper didn't. They do bring down the Marcy. That's gonna make the egg 10 times better. Nether Strike on DM. He already used his ulti. Whisper trying to zone everybody else out. There's the egg now finally being used with Entity trying to escape. That's gonna be a lot of noxious plague stacks there on OG. You have to be very careful as DM is gonna be triggered on. Here comes the Morphling. Watson wants to go forward. There's the Stampede off cooldown. He does go down. Either way, no one's standing. He's infested by the Lifestealer. Has that Aghanim Scepter. Jumps onto the high ground, but it doesn't matter. He will kill you from the inside. There's the Hex on Watson, who gets the waveform away. Turns into the Lifestealer. Goes for the raid. Will go for a TP out, but you can bash it. Whisper almost dies for this play, but it doesn't matter. He secures that Watson is the one that goes down. Entity, they lose 4 of their heroes. Nobody cares about FISSURE. Okay, Tomato cares. He wants him dead. Both him and BZM, they want a full 5-man wipe. They will not get it. Killing that Marcy, the most important thing it seems for OG.
Entity. All right, I love what they did here. This is totally worth losing your Zeus, especially if you disengage. They're looking, but they're not gonna be fast enough.
Oh, that was so close. BZM is still going through. You want to run through a portal? I can get through one as well. BZM dodges the noxious plague, doesn't do anything, and Fishman will be going down. Again, these 2 heroes dropping for Roach. I still think it's kind of decent for Entity. Thank you, Bowie, for answering my question. No yep, thank you. As looking at the game at this moment, OG, they seem like they're in a dominant position. You were talking about the later portions of the game for the Morphling, and the Ether Remnant pulls him onto the high ground. BZM, that was a great setup, but I don't think he was actually gunning for it to be this amazing. Watson got hexed up, will be stampeded out of a really bad situation.
He will be hitting for 2,000 damage.
That is not true.
We're gonna see. I think it will feel like 2,000 damage. Tomato.
Yep. If he gets stunned, he's gone. Hopefully he's gonna react. Yeah, he does react, but even through that, the AD rune is the strongest damage. As he's gonna get infested there onto the Morphling. The Zard, they're gonna be triggered on him, trying to finish him up. Tomato comes out and the Morphling is dead. It feels like 0 because he is gone, Bowie. Look at that puddle. That is where the Morphling used to be. No one is not gonna get bashed, but the rest of his team is gone. He has no more friends left in this earth.
No glyph here, Entity. You might be playing against Megas now. I think the play is you just play against Megas. If you take this fight, well, they're gonna lose this Venomancer. No buy on Fishman.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about if you want to take it, but rather if OG is gonna allow you to get away from it. The Nether Strike getting him in. Kataomi running to try to save his Morphling. Not gonna be happening after that death. It is insta GG. Entity are aware this game is now out of their hands.
All right, OG. I did not expect them to look this good, but yeah, they did just that. Incredible performance.
So I think I'm gonna go with OG. I think this is one of those lineups that if you play it properly, your enemies cannot play Dota.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If Sure, they don't give a fight to Entity, but what happened?
Region of those two, you can actually stand in a level 1 Midnight Pulse.
Yeah, now that it's on max health, like even the illusions don't really die. It's like that spell used to be so broken, and they, I guess, deservingly so, nerfed the hell out of it.
Ari chased down by Watson, who wants the skill. He's taking a lot of damage himself. And there's the hoof stomp. That's going to be a problem for Watson. Turns around and they actually bring him down. Oh, it looked like Whisper was going to win that fight. Not even close. Fishman gets the first blood, heals his buddy. And Entity come out super far ahead in that top lane after that engage.
Him to rotate is probably the Naga. I don't think the Naga can really defend against the Airspeed right now, especially this early on. We'll see what Entity is going to do. Charge though.
Onto the two of them. Whisper is covering for Ari, who is very slow. Blood Grenade will connect. Seems like he doesn't have the
No one.
There's gonna be another one, and there's the roll. No one. Beautiful kick. They're trying to connect it onto Whisper. Won't be getting it. In the end, Ari is the only one that falls, and I think OG should be happy with that.
So many Entity creeps. The wave that's gonna form the top side is gigantic, and they're chasing him for the wisdom.
We talked about this, and they will be actually getting Kataomi, a big deal. BZM protected by the Wisp, losing your Ursa. I think it is still worth it with the support you have. BZM almost dropping there to the Fury Swipes. Fishman will be caught by the Bushwhack Ari, not allowing him to escape. Nice rotation from BZM. Still, it's the experience part of the herd mentality that's going to be making such a huge difference.
Kataomi here just looking for some stacks and realizes there's no stacks, but he might be dead. Good dodge though.
It is going to be Kataomi going down. Whisper takes him out. It's 3-3 in terms of kills. OG are actually slightly ahead at the moment. Fishman, him and no one are coming into this triangle. That's a scary place to be at. Kataomi found it out the hard way.
Here, I think Entity could force a really good fight with Fatal Bonds and Chaotic Offering. TP from the Airspeed on the top side.
They have the charge. There is no Stampede just yet. Whisper is in so much trouble. He doesn't have a TP. It's all but certain that he'll go down. They just waited for the hoof stomp. Nice dodge on the roll. No one doesn't get the connection. Still, the slows are there. The damage will be sufficient. Fishman also from the side. 2 points in upheaval.
Very close move, right? I think OG did the same thing against Centaur in game number 1. You just get that kill before Stampede, and it just extends how much. Sorry. Why?
He's gone.
Dead.
He's gone. They're actually threatening with the chaotic offering, which they definitely don't need. There's the charge that we talked about versus the hoodwink. It's just so easy. DM on the other side of the map will die, so both of the mid laners are not playing their lane. Look at that. It's completely empty. We very rarely
Black
see that.
hole. Got used though, so that's actually even a bigger win that they will find Whisper though.
Can they fight this 2 versus 4? Actually going forward, the golem will get dropped, and now you're gonna regret your life choices here on BZM. He's gone with the charge, and you're looking towards the Wisp as well, who's super low. Seb, oh, if no one did manage to get that magnetized off, nope, he got him anyways. You cannot deny. Oh, he tried to kill himself.
Yeah, he tried to deny to the golem. Spirit Breaker is much better against Io than he used to be, right? Because you point the enemy so far away that he actually breaks the tether.
Breaks it, yep.
Spirit Breaker is much better against Io than he used to be, right? Because you point the enemy so far away that he actually breaks the tether.
Breaks it, yep. That is a huge deal. Now looking towards Ari. Kataomi is everywhere. What the hell is with this Spirit Breaker hero? It's just winning every single game on its own.
Yeah, they got level 6 so fast on those supports, and I guess the only downside is that Warlock cooldowns are pretty long, especially on the OT, but so far it doesn't seem to matter as they're gonna force this tier 1 tower mid.
Every single time a unit dies inside of the upheaval, there's gonna be an imp spawning, so plus the kick, that's a big deal. And this is a very fast move. Timado might not be aware. No sleep either.
Large. No black hole though.
You don't need it at the moment. They even had the Nether Strike used. Bushwhack is gonna be amazing with the rotation. That's gonna be 2 heroes gone.
My.
It's amazing if they can bring down no one. Then this rotation is not gonna be worth it. With the Stampede going towards Fishman, 3 heroes will die for sure. Seb not breaking the link is he's gonna take BZM back to the farming region.
It might be hard for Timado to be nearby and connect with the song fast enough.
It's Song and Bushwhack, really. If you just cast the black hole onto yourself, the hoof stomp isn't gonna have the range to catch it. Playing the drums a bit, Katomi going through the portal. Now it's pretty certain that Ari will be going down. There's the upheaval, Bushwhack gets used, the Spore Squirrel isn't going anywhere. We talked about Spirit Breaker versus the Hoodwink, and I think Ari is having a really bad time. He hates playing versus this hero.
Yeah, like he's still landing some really good combos in the fights, but he's 1-5. And you know, it just goes back to the Wisdom Rune being stolen as well. Hoodwink is a hero that benefits so much from levels that if you can shut down the hero in the early stages, it's hard to snowball. And yeah, OG relying a lot on this Razor. His Manta is kind of close. That might be the next time in here for OG to force some fights alongside the Blink on Whisper that is flying to him right now.
A little bit too late though, the Roach will be taken out, so now your Blink Dagger timing is countered by, first of all, you losing all of your tier 1s, and second, Entity having the Aegis, so they are going to be the ones dictating the tempo, especially no one who is at the top of the network chart, has the Sange, going for an SNY, this is going to be a hella stronger Spirit, and why this is going to be a hella stronger Spirit.
That's crazy. Sanji and Yasha Earth Spirit instead of Kaya. It just goes to show how much status resistance is important here as they find BZM or as a relocate.
No, Seb will get him out, sacrificing his life in the process. Do OG try to... No, not versus the Warlock. Just don't do it. Let it go.
He can tether away. Oh.
Sure.
And here.
With the Malefice being there, he's just...
Back. Yeah, it's much better to just give it up.
Watson is just a beast. He sees a spell, he pops in rage, doesn't want to risk anything. He's not the one with the Aegis.
Yeah, that's so many clutch attribute shifts in game 1. Just getting those enrages off as well. That's the value you get from your 14k MMR player as in the mid lane.
There's no more relocate. Now they're going to be in so much trouble. No one standing his ground. And they don't break the tether. Surviving with the mech being used. They're actually going to be throwing it around. Black Hole will be beautiful, and that will finally bring in enough damage. Standing close to each other, sometimes it has value. Something's going to be a problem. They're even going to save Fishman, who's standing his ground. Doesn't want to attack Whisper. Through that retaliate. The bashes will make sure that Fishman lives. He actually stands his ground just to die for good measure, losing the Aegis in the process. No one going towards the Naga. Tomato, kept up onto the cliff. No, don't put it down.
They're gonna leave him there.
Leave him there. That is a disaster. Maybe with the Manta and the mirror image, he can get himself down, but in general, if he's not lucky, it's gonna be a problem. Okay, Ari comes over. We'll try to finish off the Spirit Breaker. He's reeling it in. Come over. Come to the high ground and fight with me. Unfortunately, they don't get it. They're just gonna leave him there. This is a disaster for Tomato.
Okay, I mean, at least he lives. It was pretty close. Ari almost got the solo kill there on the breaker. Oh, relocate. Oh, interesting. They relocate the Naga so Tomato doesn't have to TP. That's pretty cool.
He would have had a TP in like 5 seconds. So I'm not sure if...
I mean, the TP cooldown is important though, right? Like,
okay.
I guess they don't want to fight anyways because Stampede is on cooldown. You still want the BKB on BZM. Yeah. Good wars by Entity. They have that one in the lane. They also have a lot of vision here in the big jungle, but good blink out. Yeah.
Himself out, no one just goes forward. He's the hero that cannot die. They even drop the golem. There's the full heal onto Ari. Seb just puts himself in an uncomfortable position, but the relocate will end in a second, and even with another strike, they do not break it. There will be a silence onto the Earth Spirit. This is a big kill if they can get it, but the air says no. You will get pulled into nothingness, dying inside of the black hole, closing the eyes of OG. Entity are everywhere in the chase onto BZM. They don't even need to charge to continue as Watson. He does more than enough damage to bring down anybody.
Yeah, it's really good awareness from Entity. They know Stampede is on cooldown, so you don't care about using the golem only for the Hoodwink. If you can bait the OG even slightly to take that fight, you know you're gonna have the upper hand, and they just use all of their spells, and this game is fully theirs. Roshan still kind of far away from spawning. Look at that. No one can show in the map. Ari even pokes his head and gets instantly taken down.
You cannot poke. You cannot show your nose, your hair, anything on these lanes. Just bushwhack from the trees, and that's the max amount that you can do with the Hoodwink in this game.
capabilities on forcing fights when Entity is together.
And Entity are together at the moment. They don't have their black hole. They might not even want to use it. Let's... Mado that is being targeted. They have the Nether Strike. They know which one is really going with yours. And there's the Nether Strike, and they're not gonna allow him. They're not gonna allow him to sing. Close his mouth before he gets a chance to say anything for another minute. So you have a chance if you're OG, and they're gonna smoke to try to utilize it.
They are controlling the top side here. Oh, she's already alive though. They're not aware. They're trying to actually force a fight in the big jungle. But they're under a ward. That's unfortunate.
They're smoked up as well. Golem, no black hole. They jump in the Naga, and there used to be an OG carry there, thinking he can start it off with a sleep.
Yeah, they de-warded as they went on Timado, so that's very unfortunate. OG there, not expecting vision. They're gonna find Ari as well, and they can just rosh with nighttime coming in on the dire side.
Yeah, they're gonna have both of their big ultis, the black hole and the chaotic offering. Whisper. No, the bash instantly from Watson. How can you get that lucky?
Oh, you're 14k MMR. It's not about luck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, luck isn't a part of this one, 100%. Roche just traveled, and Watson is ready to take it.
Right, second Aegis here going the way of Entity with a cheese. I mean, imagine how tanky this Earth Spirit's gonna be with cheese on top of all that he has. This game seems to be Entity Hero G. They're gonna need a miracle. We kind of talked a lot about this Razor IO, but because he stopped for the Manta, I feel like BZM also didn't really contribute that much in the mid game. But it's tough. Like, the Centaur was a creep the entire game. I think forcing the Centaur first phase without banning Ursa is super risky. Oh, okay. They find Fishman.
Yeah, that's something. There's the Orchid, Sharpshooter, he's gone. They forgot the cheese in the pit, however. Shikatomi will be the one taking it. So now we don't find out if the fermenting is gonna work, and the Spirit Breaker takes it before the 10-minute mark passes.
He's a cow, so he's the one that should be. It is his milk after all.
It's a male cow.
I'm not gonna talk about that. Oh, good cheese though!
Cheese actually survives, which means that Entity can take this fight to go their way. Going towards BZM, gets kicked back into a Malefice. And there it is. Sleep coming in. Where's the bash? He got it. BZM cannot TP away. He didn't go for the Naga. Maybe that was the smarter kill, but either way, you get a big one. Is there any hope for OG? I mean, you had your doubts even after the draft, but looking at it, how can you force enemies to make mistakes? How can you capitalize on these potential mistakes?
Oh,
maybe.
There we go.
No, he just dove a tier 3 all on his lonesome when 4 of your heroes were alive, and you cannot even touch him.
And that's with the shield rune he didn't pop, by the way. So
yep.
If you thought he was tanky, he can be twice as tanky here. I think, like, Entity, you have to force mistakes. You have to somehow force a bad black hole. You have to somehow force some big spells. But right now, Entity, they don't even have to use any spells. They can just poke this tower with the Earth Spirit out of all heroes.
Yep, Earth Spirit is pushing. He just has that much damage. Imagine what would happen if he would just use his Magnetize, even 120 bonus. As Watson with his Aegis comes forward, 30 seconds left on it. He wouldn't mind to die at the moment. The tier 3 is gone. Oh, not just yet. There it is. BM goes forward. There's the Nether Strike. Look at that! The Tether, and there's the fight that we saw also as well. Into the black hole. Seb goes. It will get cancelled by the sleep. Not sure why they didn't pop the BKB there. Kataomi is gonna have that spike fairly soon again. We will die before it. Magnetize is so strong. They're just all dying from the overtime damage, and no one. He cannot be taken out even with Tomato coming forward. He does 0 damage to the Earth Spirit. Buyback from Seb with just 3 heroes. You are not winning this fight.
Even with that mistake, even with the no BKB black hole, they managed to shred OG through all those buybacks. To relocate back to the fountain doesn't really change anything. Whisper.
They can kill the icons.
But it's really cool. Like, it's, you know, it's just what new patches bring to the table. I would be surprised to see this every game, though. It's way too expensive. You don't really benefit at all from most of the other stats, but it's very cool.
Going for DM. He doesn't get the BKB off just yet, but he will get it before the sharpshooter connects. Still with the relocate. They do bring him down. You just bring BZM into a very uncomfortable position. Ursa with the BKB will finish him off with just 2 swipes. Looking towards Whisper, who needs just 1 more to hit him, and there it is. With the Earth Shock, it will be finishing him off. Tomato in a lot of trouble. They will be finishing off the Fishman, but probably giving Rampage to Watson in the process. Tomato, sleep as the TP, so no Rampage for you. Tomato will stay the only one that got it so far in the playoffs. And herd mentality coming into play.
Very easy to talk about other aspects of Spirit Breaker, like the charge. That experience, you don't really see it, but it's there, slowly accumulating.
DM. Oh, the Force Staff just in time, or rather the Hurricane Pike from Kataomi. Getting Whisper inside of the upheaval, has the Stampede to run away from it. This is as good as it goes for OG. You force something out. You still cannot win a fight, you can't kill anybody, but you're finding the enemy. Mato has to sleep. He doesn't have a TP. Might actually chase for him. I heard the charge. They're going towards the top lane. Kataomi is not done. They found the 2 of them.
Gaben.
Let's see if he's gonna attempt at it. Nope, BZM not popping the BKB. It means that he's accepting that he's standing here and fighting. Tries to take damage from the Earth Spirit, but doesn't care. Ursa comes over, annihilates him. Another strike gets used. Fishman with the Overseal Totem tries to run away. Will be caught in a net, so maybe they can bring him down. No one continues to kill people. There's another golem being dropped onto that roll onto Tomato, who doesn't have a song. He just finished his concert, so his throat needs a little bit more time to get better. At least they bring out 2 of their heroes OG, but these fights are just showing what we already know, and that is we are going to a game 3 with the current score probably being 1-1.
The thing with this patch is that a lot of the games seem to be stomped just because of drafts. As Whisper is going to be stomped here, kicked back, and probably charged up.
He's the one who does the
damage of this Ursa Spirit. Holy cow.
He has an MKB. The thing is, you were talking about the Ursa MKB. Nope, Ursa doesn't need it because there's another guy who is getting so many right clicks, and he's level 26, 16-0, and 21-1. A completely perfect game. In the previous game, it was BZM who was untouched. This time around, it will be no one who gives victory to his team.
0-1. He's been looking so sharp in this tournament. It really gives me the vibes of you know, the VP no one that everyone grew and was super scared of. He's looking amazing. Ursa Spirit into Razor didn't really get scratched. He was just a beast the entire game. But once again, I think this was mostly due to draft. I still feel like
when he's posturing aggressively and get that taken care of, but I still think it might be the best possible route for this entity lineup. I'm not sure. I would rather play the OG lineup because they should be dictating the tempo of the game, but this can very easily come to a point where even with this high damage lineup that they have, he's so annoying, and he's gonna steal the water rune as well. Just stuns BZM there. He's gonna get smacked a couple of times, but can BZM get the kill? And with the Bramble Maze, it is gonna be more than possible. Ari also joins in on the fray. Seb, he hates Kataomi as well, and he gets the first blood, not allowing BZM to get it. Probably not something that he was gunning for.
you don't complain. If Seb wants first blood, you give it to him, or else you're gonna be yelled at, so it's gonna be alright.
Seb is rotating bottom. He has the freedom to do so. Glimpse instantly on Whisper. Might allow Watson to live. No, the upheaval is there. He cannot move. He has to stand his ground and fight. Going for Ari. There will be a Shadow Realm. And that hit is probably going to be what ends up killing Watson. Nope. Whisper gets the kill. Now looking towards Fishman. He is not that easy of a target under the tower. But still, what a nice play. Now onto the Zeus. Not enough man on BZM for a heavily jump. And now he's going to get it. Gets himself away. Kataomi. Can he actually get towards him to finish him off? One more smack. And there it is with a blood grade. However, he could be next on the menu, hiding in the trees, trying to use that ward to play ring around Rosie, and will be unable to survive as Whisper in some trouble, caught in a net. And Watson, his fishing trip will be successful.
Oh, can he get this kill?
himself to the high ground. No one is still going to be coming forward with all the slows. There's going to be a bramble maze. You need to dodge those brambles, and the dragon
Oh, he missed the
actually
poison.
enters 2 of them. Yep, misses the breathe fire as well. Entity are trying to steal the rune. Not going to be happening. Tomato dies on the top lane. What a rotation from Watson. That was definitely not expected.
Which is going to be quite sad about it. This is the second tower that's falling just because of no one.
Oh, Seb is in trouble as well. They see him clearly. Glimpse is available if they want to go for him. At least they're going to be taking that ward down finally. It's going to be out. Fishman left all alone. Ulti from BZM doesn't even secure them kill. It's going to be Ari that gets it, but another courier down the drain. But they still need to utilize it properly. Is DM a viable target? Can this guy even die? Scan them.
Like they want to try, and he gets his Vlad, so the lifesteal is gonna be there. One really good anchor smash could be 400 HP back to him.
Olem drop. That's the way they started off. He still has that blubber, so will be removing the frozen haze in an instant. And goes for the ravage, keeps it in place. Watson comes from the side. DM is dropping low still, so they should be able to take him down, especially with Tomato coming over as well. Watson is marked, seeing clearly, has the ulti, doesn't really have the mana for it. It's gonna be a problem for on the other side. The static storm is amazing, and everybody from OG will get destroyed. Watson got his ulti. He's dealing with the creeps while his team is searching for the remnants of OG. You have a disruptor, so glimpses are gonna give you those bonus kills. Tomato wants the TP out hit and then into melee form. Watson didn't get it off, and even if he did, it's very unlikely that you're getting the connection.
Entity, they have the high ground now.
Oh, this is a problem. OG, you don't know what's coming for you. It might just be instant death. Ari breaks
on Ari.
Might be the best one. No, it didn't get the Shadow Realm off. He gets it off now, surviving through this round with the Terrorize. Static Stone will be used onto 2 heroes. Here comes the end. Fishman already low, but he did use his spells. This is not looking too bad for OG at the moment. Could have been much worse.
I'd say it's about the same. The throw is faster, move speed wise, but Tiny with the shard. Once you get the shard, you farm just as fast.
We also want our viewers to participate in the 1xBet kill race. There's not too much time left. You need to scan this QR code. This is the last series of the tournament. Goes to the low ground just to be met by Watson. They have the Dragon Tail already caught in a net that he will not leave. Watson, speaking of a kill race, he's the one that gets it there, and quite happy with the outcome. Whisper, is he gonna be in trouble, or is it gonna be Fishman who gets turned around while loses a lot of his armor, pushes him out of the kinetic field with the innate ability? Will still be going down. Whisper still alive. We'll see for how long. Ravage this time around will be popped. Shadow Realm from the Dark Willow actually allows her to escape, but Whisper is not going to be so lucky. OG, they lose 3 heroes around the map.
Thing is, even if you're shoving from fog, the Monkey King can know where you are, and in fact he has perfect vision with the ward as well on the right side.
Looks like misses on BCM, but they have the Static Storm. There will be a golem drop and the upheaval as well. That is kind of dangerous still. The Zeus cannot leave the Static Storm alive. Side of the Wukong's command, protecting Fishman. Seb gets jumped upon, still surviving. No one loses a ton of armor. Here comes Tomato getting in onto the fight. No Ravage at the moment. Terrorize might just be perfect. Connected onto the 3 of them. Tomato, but going in. Watson still has his ulti. That is a very dangerous hero to go for. DM is just running in, understands that the enemies have no damage. They cannot touch it. The Dragon Tail will connect under a tier 2. There will be a glyph used. This is too deep. This is a problem, but Watson uses his ulti, goes forward, buyback from Seb with the upheaval, trying to save his buddies. They cannot move from a net, and Watson, he's so slow, but once he gets into the face of Seb, he's gonna smash it in. One more time for the second time in that fight. Zeus is back to the world of the living, has his ulti available to make sure that the troll loses his life. Entity, in the end, did go too deep. When they're on the ground, when the troll wants to be moving around the fight, it's a big deal. Is Roach just gone? Is he gonna be there in time?
Fight though.
They are. Towards the Tiny, Avalanche dodges that. Finally will bring Katomi down from the trees, but inside of the Static Storm, they're taking a lot of damage. Using his ulti, they see exactly where they are. The Ravage this time around, keeping them at bay. Whisper in some trouble, has the movement speed necessary to run himself away, being healed up by the Warlock as well. Good to terrorize, to save his buddies there. Aghanim Scepter from the Slardar, making a huge difference.
Yeah, I love Whisper's build. He just needs to be tanky. You don't want to initiate because you don't have the burst damage in the first place. So it's all about poking, eventually getting a fight, and allowing Whisper to buy time for Tomato to connect to the fights. And he's here. He does have this Shadow Blade.
Entity. This is gonna go sending in the golem. Seb wants to see where the enemies are. No one cannot blink away because of it, so they have to deal with that first, and will be able to do so. Seb, yeah, I'm spitting on him. A little bit too deep. And the Mondo strike was amazing inside of the Wukong's command. Let's see how much damage Tomato can do. No, these heroes just aren't dying. You're fighting versus Entity, and at the moment they're much more powerful than you. Whisper will get slowed down with Kadaomi also coming forward. Whisper doesn't have a way to escape the wrath of Entity, and will be the third hero to fall, finally opening up that road that Entity started a long time ago.
I think we actually had this conversation maybe like half a year ago. One thing a lot of people forget is that damage reduction. Oh, never mind. They will lose Ari. Damage reduction stacks additively. He has a satanic right now. He has a dispel for everything. He doesn't even need to pop BKB. How do you kill this dragon?
You don't. That's probably it. Now they can push the high ground. Even into tier 4s, I don't think they're gonna die that easily. Spell. This Raxus, toss back. Zeus, I think no one wants to be there, as there will be a Ravage, ulti from the Troll. Maybe you get baited into a bad spot. No, he caught him out. He's just gonna rip him apart. Whisper next on the menu. Watson is doing way too much damage. This time around, he doesn't have the Aegis, so he might be in a little bit of trouble running into the Brambles because of the Terrorize. There will be a Golem dropped as well. Not enough damage for OG, not enough chase. They're just in so much trouble. This game, it's looking hella over with no one just standing in front of the enemy fountain and forcing OG to concede. They know they cannot win this game any longer.
This is a tough one. I feel like with game 2, when Entity won, they had heroes that most teams would agree are the strongest in this patch. This time, you have a lot of curveballs. You have this Disruptor that hasn't really seen that much love. You have this Monkey King, and yet they still stomp the lanes and stomp the game. This is a much harder game to solve, in my opinion, because I really like what OG had in their draft. And yeah, it's Meepo for Watson. We've seen what he can do. OG, this could be their last game, but I'm hoping for some cool... You know, they have a lot of scaling with the Axe and Evoker, as you said. It's just that Meepo just gets online so fast, and Entity, they are so good at snowballing and cleaning the game in 25 minutes.
What about this bottom lane? There's the barrel roll. Tomato will get ignited, and he's feeling a little bit tipsy there. Drinking on the job, of course. He will recover fairly soon, as Ari dropping low, losing a lot of his armor and giving the experience to Fishman. Has the Fairy Fire. There's the net as well. A couple more hits, and it is gonna be a first blood for this Weaver. Watson probably wanted it for himself to remove this battle hunger. Whisper doesn't care to fight the two of them. Just will go back to farming. Yeah, especially nowadays when he's so popular that you can early pick him for the offlane as well, that he's not being flexed a little bit more. It is weird that nobody wants to try it out. Entity, however, after the performance in this tournament, they're of course gonna have the confidence to go for it, and also with two Meepos instantly for Whisper, doesn't even get the call off, so no extra armor for him.
Oh, they might get Ari as well. Earthbinding 3 seconds here.
Oh, he blocked him in. There is going to be a lift. Nicely done by Ari, but there's the Earthbind connecting on him, and with the body blocks, Ari's not going to move. He reduces their damage. Still, they're going to have more than enough to bring him down as well. Watson gets himself another one. Entity again showing the power of the Meepo. I think Watson is still going to be fine. He still has a lift to play with if he wants to, but well, might lose a couple of CS here and there.
Patient there on the Meepo. Oh, bottom lane.
That is Seb. Seb is gone. That's gonna be the Inkswell finishing him off. Tomato going for Kataomi. He is pretty low. Has 13 one charges, however, so he can definitely continue stacking this indefinitely. That's gonna be a kill for Tomato. Stands his ground, fights the what's with the crits, just getting a couple of them over and over and over again.
Oh man, this is the second time, you know, this mid-lane matchup. No one is looking incredibly sharp. He played against some of the best mid laners in the world today, and
no way, Tomato, he just came back to the lane. Entity are teaching OG how to play Dota. Seb not giving the respect to the 2x TI winner whatsoever. They are just everywhere at the moment.
This is a 3K goal in
Is
minute
BZM dead
5.
again?
I think
BZM
he
is dead
is.
again? Oh, he's not gonna be diving. There's the bash. Needed 2 more hits. Tornado was available with 7 stick charges and a fairy fire, so no one doesn't go forward. But it seems so easy.
The bottom tower is falling. Why this is happening? They lost their save lane tower. No one gets an arcane as well. Oh, they just found BZM.
He's gone. There's the bash. He had it ready, and he's gonna be getting the arcane rune as well. He baited him. They thought for a second he was gonna be getting the rune, but he wanted the kill over it. Entity are 4K gold ahead, 6 minutes in. Even Whisper is getting down. No, don't run that way. There's a Meepo coming. Multiple as well, ready to dig up the grave for the axe and for OG as well, and lift up the trophy if it continues to go this way.
He just has full control of how the game's played. He can just farm with the main one, send the meeples around. OG, they need to bring the numbers with this next fight, but it's so tough. They're gonna dive this Invoker here.
Why not? He used his tornado, he used his spells, he is not capable of doing anything. BZM, look at the desperation on his face. He doesn't know what to do. And Bowie, what is he to do in this game at the moment?
Maybe that was some fake hype, but they did steal the stacks, and it looks like they're gonna get the ancients as well.
They got him easily. So camp stacked, 0 for Entity, because they know, yo guys, just let them do it for us. Don't waste time on our supports when OG can do it for ourselves.
Sheesh.
That is a dead
That's a dead BZM again.
Yep, doesn't know what to do. There's so many units around him. They mark him with a crossy haze at the end of his life. While Entity are diving every single lane. Ursa is the only one getting some creeps right now, and even he is in a kind of an uncomfortable position if they want to beeline towards him.
Yeah, this might be the stompiest game of this series, and Dev is level 4. Fishman is level 6 right now. I don't know how you stop this. Like, this looks like one of those, you know, games with a Smurf team. You know, you're playing Battle Cup. It's 3 a.m. You just want to have fun with your friends, and suddenly there's some pro players on the enemy side.
Trying to run away. He will put out the ice wall. That doesn't really slow all that much, especially not the Weaver. Ari is going to be coming into the fray. They're just smacking him. Finally, the split will be used, making sure that the Invoker gets burned down to a crisp. As Fishman, he already did use the time lapse. Noxious Plague, dropping him low. Of course, the split with the Radiance will make sure that Seb goes down. Ari still chasing forward. Who's the faster buck? Fishman is still alive. There's another Shikuchi, and Watson with just amazing Earthbind, making sure that Ari will not be chasing down this Weaver any longer.
You know, the thing you talked about with sneaking and Roshan, that might not be a bad idea. They are all positioned top, but Entity already sending reinforcements to this area.
BZM's like, yo guys, a carry Weaver is on me. He's a level ahead of me. No, wait, that is a support. He gets a nice tornado off. Cold Snap, Deafening Blast, DP away. Spirit Vessel will kill him. Stolen Shikuchi, Seb dropping low as well. There will be a slow on VM for a second, but Fishman, he's not going to be the one being slowed down. Gets himself a double. Soulbind was used. No one is dropping low. Lifted up in the air. A couple more hits from the Ursa should finish him off, but the Ursa will die before that happens, and OG, they finally had enough. The last game of the tournament will also be the shortest game of the tournament here, Bowie. 16 minutes and 36 seconds. That is how much OG made it through in this game 4 of the best of 5 grand finals.